Hello there, a very good morning. This is the Breakfast Rundown on TV1. I'm Therunee Karunaratne. We're coming to you live and direct from our Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. As always, we've got you covered on the Breakfast Rundown this morning on the details of this morning's top news items from here at home and around the world, so you can stay tuned with us right throughout. Let's move on to the top local news item for this morning, which is the latest development concerning the issues surrounding the distribution of fuel in the country. Now, fuel distributors have been summoned to the Criminal Investigation Department today to obtain a statement regarding the disruption of fuel distribution in Sri Lanka. Accordingly, the Vice President and a member of the Board of Directors of the Fuel Distributors Association are scheduled to provide a statement to the CID at 12:30 p.m. today. Meanwhile, police say that the CID has launched investigations based on a complaint received regarding the disruption of fuel distribution in the country. The police stated that the complaint was received alleging that a group claiming to be fuel distribution agents are disrupting the fuel distribution process, aiming to inconvenience the government as well as the general public due to a dispute over a discount offered during fuel distribution. On to more local news now. The acting magistrate of Mathura, Attorney-at-Law Upali Ranasinghe, has issued a warrant for the Valigama Police OIC Upul Kumara to be arrested and produced before the court. This warrant was issued in connection with investigations into the shooting that occurred on the 31st of December 2023 in front of a hotel in Palana, Mathura. The warrant was issued after considering the facts presented at a further report by the Criminal Investigation Department regarding this shooting. Meanwhile, a warrant was issued last Friday for the arrest of former IGP Deshabandhu Tennakone in connection with this same shooting, and charges have been filed against him for conspiracy to commit murder. In addition to former Inspector General of Police Deshabandhu Tennakone, the court also ordered the arrest of 8 suspects, including the OIC of the Colombo Crimes Division and some Silva last Friday. Well, today marks the 4th day of the debate on the third reading of the appropriation bill, which we also call the committee stage debate. And today the expenditure heads of the Ministry of Public Administration, Provincial Councils and Local Government, as well as the Ministry of Labour, will be taken up for debate. The committee stage debate is set to continue for 19 days, spanning over 4 Saturdays as well, from the 27th of February to the 21st of March. And the vote on the third reading of the appropriation bill is scheduled for 6 p.m. on the 21st of March. Meanwhile, the government has assured continuous supply of essential food items to consumers during the upcoming Sinhala and Tamil New Year season. The President's Media Division stated that subject ministers and members of the Food Policy and Security Committee convened in Parliament yesterday to make policy decisions regarding the assurance of food security. Discussions focused extensively on providing essential food items to the public at concessionary rates without shortages during the upcoming festive season. The PMD also mentioned that further discussions took place on maintaining stocks and other measures to ensure food security within the country. The President's Media Division further reported that the need to implement all measures while safeguarding consumers, farmers and producers was emphasized during this meeting. Additionally, discussions were held regarding granting approval for the import of maize for animal feed production after the 1st of April 2025. Well, let's move on to more local news now. The Indian naval ship Kuthar arrived at the port of Colombo on an official visit last morning, and the visiting ship was welcomed by the Sri Lanka Navy in compliance with naval traditions. INS Kothar is a 91.1-meter long corvette commanded by Commander Nitin Sharma. Meanwhile, she is manned by a crew of 129. The commanding officer of the ship called on the commander of the Western Naval Area at the Western Naval Command headquarters. During their visit to the island, the ship's crew members are set to explore several tourist attractions in Colombo as well. They will also engage in training exchange programs arranged by the Sri Lanka Navy aimed at enhancing mutual cooperation. INS Kothar is scheduled to depart the island on the 6th of March. Well, let's move on to a series of weather-related news items now. The Nilvala River has reached minor flood levels in the Akurasa and Panadugama areas. The director of the hydrology unit of the Department of Irrigation, Surya Bandara, says that the Ging River has also reached minor flood levels in Baddegama. Now, meanwhile, the Department of Irrigation says that several major reservoirs across the island have opened their spill gates due to rainfall. Due to the overflow of the Tissa Maharama Yoda, several surrounding paddy fields have been submerged. Our correspondent said that approximately 12,000 acres of paddy fields in areas such as Ranakelia, Halmillava, Dorabeaya and Valiputhevala have also been submerged. And due to rainfall, the Akurasa Siambalagoda road has been flooded in Panadugama and the Akurasa Kamburupitiya road has been flooded in Katahatara. Meanwhile, the landslide warnings issued for the Badulla and Nuwara Eliya districts will also be in effect until this evening. Accordingly, the landslide warnings have been issued for the following divisional secretariat divisions: Passara, Halyala, Badulla, Kandakatiya, Uva Paranagama, Haputale, Meegahakula and Sorana Tota in the Badulla district, as well as Valapane in the Nuwara Eliya district. Let's move on to the weather update for today. Now, prevailing showery conditions over the island is expected to reduce from today. Showers or thunder showers may occur at a few places in the western and Sabaragamo provinces and in the Gaul and Matara districts during the evening or night. A few showers may occur in the eastern coastal areas during the morning hours as well. And as always, the general public is advised to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers. We move on to news overseas now. U.S. media report that President Donald Trump has paused military aid to Ukraine in a dramatic escalation of his pact with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Bloomberg News and Fox News reported on Monday, citing unnamed Trump administration officials, that Trump will pause all aid until he determines that Kyiv is committed to good faith and negotiations for peace. Now, this move comes hours after Trump accused Zelensky of not wanting peace as long as he has America's backing in a post on his platform, Truth Social. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump has said that he is moving forward with 25% tariffs on goods imported from Canada and Mexico into the U.S., adding that time had run out to reach a deal. U.S. stock markets sank in response to these measures, which he has threatened since earlier this year and said would now go into effect starting today. An additional 10% tariff on Chinese imports is also expected to come into force, leaving all three of America's top three trade partners facing significantly higher trade barriers in just a few weeks ago. Now, Canadian Foreign Minister Melanie Joly told reporters later on Monday that if Trump is imposing tariffs, they are also ready. Now, Joly noted that Canada did not want a trade war but would hit back if the US started one. The foreign minister added that the tariffs were an existential threat to them, with thousands of jobs in Canada at stake. Mexico and China have also said that they will retaliate against the US tariffs, raising a prospect of widening a trade war. Trump has threatened to impose tariffs, which are a tax added to a product when it enters a country, on Canada, Mexico and China in response to what he said was an unacceptable flow of illegal drugs and illegal immigrants into the United States. Well, that's a wrap of this morning's edition of the Breakfast Rundown on TV1. I'm Therunee Karunaratne. Do join us once again tomorrow as well for more of the very latest from here at home and around the world. Until then, take care. Have a wonderful day ahead.